Is this because of the duck thing?
Maybe.
I've not taken this hoodie off in a month and a half.
And then when you're done, you feel the most shamed ever.
There we go. Always professional.
What the fuck is even happening?
Classic sort of story.
It came out to high critical acclaim, and it's Pokemon Snap.
If you're pressed to tank, it goes.
Like, what is going
Buddy,
on?
I was on edibles.
Not a pornography. This is a podcast.
And you got the name wrong again. I like your duck shirt.
Thanks. It's a duck.
What's up, guys? It's time for one dad and a podcast. I am Tired the Felix, and we are gonna have to do this intro over again. That's okay. That's okay.
You just started shit. I didn't even know where we're going.
I didn't. I was on the other screen, so I didn't have like Discord up. So, all right. Well, I can replay the beginning. It's fine. It's fine. I'll redo it.
Well, you said a couple minutes muted. You didn't say a couple minutes till we go live. Like start the show.
Means.
You
That's
said
what
muted.
Means.
You didn't say nothing about starting a show yet. Hang on.
All right. I'm switching over though.
Yeah, that should be good. Let me move my Reese's out of the way. Is this because of the duck thing?
Maybe.
I've not taken this hoodie off in a month and a half.
And then when you're done, you feel the most shamed ever.
There we go. Always professional.
What the fuck is even happening?
Classic sort of story.
It came out to high critical acclaim, and it's Pokemon Snap.
If you're pressed to tank, it goes.
Like, what is going
Buddy,
on?
I was on edibles.
Not a pornography. This is a podcast.
And you got the name wrong again. I like your duck shirt.
Thanks. It's a duck.
Welcome to Two
Hello.
Dads and a Podcast. Two dads this time.
We're doing Pokemon again. Look,
We are.
I've been watching a lot of because I haven't watched Pokemon. I haven't kept up on it in a while, so I've been watching through some of the newer
The new stuff
seasons
is
and
actually
stuff.
pretty solid.
Oh yeah. The show is definitely really good, except for the Who's That Pokemon has gotten really lazy because they'll just
It's
like
so
show a
easy now.
picture of Kangaskhan's head and be like, "Who's that Pokemon?" it's fucking Kangaskhan, and plus it'll literally be the last Pokemon on the screen is who they'll do it for. They don't even try and trip you up at all.
Look,
And
man,
So
kids are weak
and also,
nowadays.
like the OG Pokemon theme song was fantastic.
It's still the best.
And
Yeah.
they've made a new one for each series, and you
Mhm.
would think with all of those attempts that they would have gotten at least one more decent song, but they all sound like they're trying to be like 90s, like that same like inspirational
90s like
style.
pop rock.
I don't. It's not good, is what I'm trying to say.
But
I guess.
But that's neither here nor there because we're talking about the games mostly. And this week we are discussing our Gen 5. We are on to Pokemon Black and White. It is time for us to I do want to quickly say we do apologize for not having an episode on YouTube at least last week. It's been crazy. We're both, we both just kind of got over COVID. I'm actually still nursing a sore throat with a little bit of a cough. And I was actually in the ER for a couple hours last Tuesday or Wednesday. One of those days, I don't remember. It was Wednesday. And
It was Wednesday.
yeah, I was in the ER for a couple hours because
So
I've been having
fun
some
times.
really
times
bad
for us.
back problems.
Sorry, I was trying to get my screen switched around to where I like them, where I normally have them, because I've been doing work down here. So no, I'm good now. I'm here. I'm present. I'm in the moment. What do we got? What are
Present.
we doing?
We are doing a
Top
party of
5.
6. Party of 6.
So I kind of don't really
It's
have
Pokemon.
mine in any particular order. I did go
Neither do
last
I.
week though,
Neither do I.
or 2 weeks ago. I went first, so I'm gonna let you go first.
That works. Like we said, this isn't in any particular order. It's just what my party would be built of.
Yeah,
And
they know that because, as you just said, I just said that.
yes. I just said that, you just said that, I just said that, you just said. So we've got this.
So, like he just said, it's in no particular order. Like he just said, like I just said, like he just said, like I just said.
You got it. You got it, dude. I'm proud of you. You caught on.
Just saying.
So my first Pokemon is my starter, and it's the one that I started with, and I've been doing this pretty much for every one of these lists.
Yes, you have
And my
been.
first one is Imbor.
Embor.
Imbor. He's
Yeah,
not
that
My
was-
Hero
that was my
Academia's
starter for
number
that
2
too.
hero.
And for a guy who's not like a fire type guy, you seem to choose a lot of the fire starters, and I can't blame you.
I'm not a fire type guy. I choose the fire starter almost every time, except for the first like 3 generations. Since then, it's been fire.
We're on Gen 5, so
No,
you're choosing a lot of fire starters later
I've been choosing
on.
the fire starters for a while now, and I don't know. I kind of like the way that Imbor looks. He just looks obnoxious with the fiery
Yeah.
chin and shoulders, and you know the only Pokemon better than him is All Might, and that's just because All Might's just over. Oh, wait, crossing anime here.
This is so funny. I'm leaving it in. He really does. Like in his evolved form, Imbor looks a lot like
You
Endeavor.
mean Endeavor looks like Imbor?
Right. 'cause
Let's get
he
this
came
right.
first.
Let's get this right.
Weren't they about the same time?
This was 2015.
Yeah, but
This was before My Hero.
right. But the manga had been coming out for a little bit, hadn't it? Or was the manga still?
You know what? I'm on a computer. My Hero Academia manga. Well, look at that. It's like the third thing that popped up. Let's look up on the Wikipedia. And it looks like My Hero Academia came out. Oh, wow. July 7th of 2014. So that's been going. Yeah.
So,
That,
so
wow. Wow. That totally just blew my mind. I didn't realize My Hero is that old now.
I know. know.
Jeez.
Doesn't it seem? But I mean, the anime is already on series 5, already in the books. And
Yeah, I guess I didn't even really think about that. With that being on season 5, that makes sense. Wow. But anyway, we're talking Imbor. I like Imbor. You know, his
dude.
Pokedex entry is really fun. It grows a beard of fire. It's mastered fast and powerful fighting moves. It's firefighting, because that's just what Pokemon are now. Every fire type starter is firefighting.
Right.
And it can throw a fire punch by setting its fists on fire with its fiery chin. And one of the things that I like the most about Imbor, actually, is this part of its original Pokedex entry is it cares deeply about its friends. So in the card game, there's a series of Pokemon cards from Tepig to Pignite and to Imbor.
Yeah.
And it is probably the most adorable and almost slightly sad story told in 3 fucking cards. So Tepig starts there. There's kids, there's parents, they're all there happy. And then the next card, Pignite, the kids are starting to grow up. You know, they're grown. The parents are old. And then if
And then
Imbor,
he's divorced, kind of just got laid off, beat because they got divorced because he was beating his wife.
Imbor, they have their own family and they're old and the parents are gone. And like it's a beautiful little story told in 3 fucking pictures on Pokemon cards. I love it. I love it.
He's a really good Pokemon also to battle with in the game, but he's deceptive because he looks like he would be a tank. But to be honest, his defense stats aren't really that high. His health is high. It's his attack that is just ruthless in this game. And honestly, with his typing, it's fucking perfect.
Yeah. I like it. It is definitely pretty great.
So mine, I'm just gonna go off with the one that I probably wouldn't pick to actually use, but I like this Pokemon, and it's Sawsbuck.
Oh, my number 2, my second Pokemon in my party is Sawsbuck.
It's awesome. I love the name because obviously it's got buck in it, and it is a deer, and it has saws. And what saws stand for? Spring, autumn, winter, summer.
Boom.
Buck. It's the first Pokemon. I don't know if there's any other afterwards because I haven't caught every Pokemon like I used to when I had a shit ton of time on my hands.
Yeah.
But this is the first Pokemon that changed with the seasons.
Yes, and I love that. And you, in order to see all 4 seasons, you had to play the game all year round, essentially.
And that's why they made him like this, because it was the first game to change with seasons also, which led to a lot of cool things. And, Pokemon Go, which was coming out in a year or so. And if you wanted to see all 4 seasons in the card game, you can't, because they haven't made an autumn version of him in the card game yet.
Oh, they haven't?
No.
See, I don't collect enough of the card game, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah,
but
I like it.
I like it. He's so unique, and when we first started talking about this one, I'm like, man, I really don't like this generation. Most of the Pokemon are crap, but
he did. He texted me. He's like, these are all crap Pokemon, and I was like, what are you talking about?
When you look into it, like the ones that are really cool are really fucking cool and elaborate, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do have a bunch of Pokemon that just I would never touch for any reason. They're just really useless.
I think this was the generation that introduced Garbodor.
Just a pile.
Literally a pile of garbage. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
To be fair, in Gen 1, Muck was a pile of like sewer waste. So
yeah, but he was cool.
He was pretty cool, actually. Muck was pretty cool. Muck and
they did not make the garbage Pokemon cool.
No, it literally just looks like a giant overflowing garbage bag.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
His Gigantamax form in Sword and Shield is kind of fun because it actually has like trains and bikes and shit coming out of him, and it looks pretty.
We're
crazy,
not talking about this.
We're
Pokemon
not
now.
because we're Sawsbuck.
Sawsbuck.
Yeah,
we're getting us off topic here.
I like Sawsbuck. I love how it is a true change. It's not just changing its color or whatever. It is literally spring has blooming flowers. Summer is like a tree is growing on his horns. Autumn, they turn into these red leaves. And then winter, he grows this giant freaking like, oh yeah, totally.
He gets shot by a hunter.
Bambi's mom. Anyway, but he gets the white horns and he has this like white fluff that goes up on his chest area and his feet. And it's just a really unique form change that they did with this. And since then, they've had a few others that change forms if you use certain items. But this is the one that changed with seasons. And that was just really freaking cool.
And he's not the best Pokemon, but he's still useful. I mean, he's still got like a 475 all around stats, and they're pretty even across the board. And his attacks can do some
attack
real
and
damage.
Speed. You know, those are two of the most important ones: attack and speed. And
he gets a decent variety of typing with his moves too. That gives him some versatility.
Yep. I like how at the Pokedex entry as well does say people can tell the season by looking at Salzbuck's horns. Not that they can just look
Not
around
like
and
stepping
tell
outside.
what season it is.
Nope, at all.
What was it? Mean Girls, where she's like standing in the rain and she just grabs herself and is like, "There's a 40% chance it's already raining." That's what that reminds me of.
My next Pokemon is Archaeops, the bird.
Okay. I'm gonna let you struggle on that one a little bit.
Dinosaur bird. Ugh. I'm struggling a lot right now. So he comes from obviously a fossil, and in the game he's actually extremely useful. You know, he's a really good Pokemon in the game. And
well, he's rock flying, which is a pretty unique typing.
Right. Hasn't come across often. I think this is the first rock flying since the original I can't remember. This is the lingering COVID effects, having terrible memory.
Aerodactyl?
I keep blaming that like it's not existed for me before this. Like,
or
I didn't already
Aerodactyl?
have a bad Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl.
It also makes you tongue-tied a lot, I think, is one of the lingering COVID effects.
Yeah, Archaeops is a pretty cool Pokemon, though. His classification is the first bird Pokemon, so he's like the original bird, I guess.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. And it apparently can run as fast as a slow-moving car, 25 miles per hour, which is pretty freaking awesome, to be honest, for a bird.
In the game, he's not technically a pseudo-legendary, but he is super close with his stats. I mean, he's a 567 base stat.
600 is your pseudo-legendary, so I mean, 567 is pretty darn close.
He's got an incredible speed, incredible attack power. He's so useful, and also another reason I loved him was because he's one of the few, banned Pokemon cards, just because his card was so broken. He had the ability,
was it really?
Ancient Power.
Oh, yeah.
Made it so neither you or your opponent could evolve Pokemon from cards from your hand.
Which is obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. That's half the freaking game.
Back then, it was even worse. I mean, now you can
that was one of the abilities that he only had to be on your bench, right? You didn't even have to have him active.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
Now you have, you can get some base APs. His base HP was 130, and now you can get a decent amount of Pokemon stage 1 with a high HP and a higher attack like that. But if you're relying on evolving Pokemon, you're fucked. So that one got banned.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be as bad nowadays with how many like VMAX and EX and all those different versions where they're the final evolve form, but it's considered a basic. So it wouldn't be as bad now, but I definitely, when it came out, I can imagine that being obnoxious.
Yeah. So I mean, he was just a really cool Pokemon for that game, and one of the few ones that were useful in the game, in the card. Have they done Black and White on? They've had to have done these ones on Pokemon Go by now.
I don't think they have yet. I want to say they're up to Gen 4. I don't know. I haven't paid any attention to Pokemon Go for a while, but we're on a computer, so let's look that up.
But
Pokemon Go generations. What's it up to? What are you up to, Pokemon Go? Pokemon Go chart of all the generations. Oh shit. They're up to like Gen 7.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But so yeah.
That's crazy.
So his base stat though of 567, he's actually the only Pokemon to date with a base stat of 567. And that is because
he's not like the other girls.
567 is in the Dewey Decimal System is the number for feathered dinosaurs.
Is it really? I love when they
Yeah.
do stuff like that. That's awesome.
So
That's freaking great.
it's when you get, that's what I love about some of the Pokemon in this gen, is when you get deep down into it, they have such depth within them. But like I said, over half the Pokemon I could do without, but the ones that they have, they really go the extra mile for in this gen.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's great.
It's your turn.
Oh, it is my turn. Sorry, I'm reading
That's how
a
this
thing.
goes. It's back and forth.
I'm reading a thing, and it's I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. I promise. So my number 3 is known as the Coffin Pokemon with the super original name Coffagrigus. And honestly,
I was about to say Coffin's already taken.
I don't know that I would ever actually use Coffagrigus. It has super high defense. Its base stats are only 483, so it's really not all that great in stats, but it has an obnoxiously high defense. Its base defense is 145, which is crazy.
I mean, it's useful, and it is used quite a bit.
Yeah, but I don't know that I would use it. But honestly, I picked this because of how messed up it and its pre-evolution Yamask is. Their Pokedex entries are terrifying. And I love it when they have terrifying ghost Pokemon.
Yes.
You know, Yamask, so its pre-evolution, is each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was human.
Look,
Sometimes they look at it and cry. Like, yo, what the hell, Pokemon? What are you doing?
An episode about these two Pokemon, the Yamask, and the what? How do you say it?
Coffagrigus.
Coffagrigus.
That's how I'm saying it.
I just watched an episode about this last night where they're in there, and it's on the newest series, The Journeys, that came out last year, and they had people trapped inside of them.
Oh,
a person and one, and his Pokemon in the other, and the archaeologist that was with them was like, there are people in them. And how did you know that? Like, because when they trap something,
yeah. Well, I'm getting there. This is my Pokemon.
Hover towards the ground.
Rude. No. So I wanted to go on with
share the one fact from the show I watched.
But with Yamask as well, so, you know, there's always a different one between like black and white. They have different entries. So Yamask, it says these Pokemon arose from the spirits of people interred in graves in past ages, and each retains memories of its former life. How messed up is that? You are a Pokemon. You died. You became a Pokemon, and you're forced to carry around your face until you evolve.
What happens to the face?
Like,
in the memories and the tragic.
Well, they become Coffagrigus, and Coffagrigus, for some reason, likes to eat gold nuggets. That is very specific in there, but no. Well, what happens is, and this is my own headcanon, is what happens with Yamask is it's traveling around for so long, it gets enough experience, it lives life enough that it can evolve, and the Pokemon Sword entry says people say it no longer remembers that it was once human, so they forget everything. Now they have just become this crazy ghost, and they pretend to be elaborate coffins to teach lessons to grave robbers. Their bodies are covered in pure gold, and if grave robbers or people get too close, they end up trapped inside of Coffagrigus' body.
What? You don't say. What? I wouldn't have even thought of that. Yeah, so like when they got somebody,
I'm glad I could inform you of this really unique thing that you didn't know.
When they've eaten a person, they go from standing straight up to like hunched down, where they're like riding lower to the ground. Yeah. This shit. And
that's why this is one of my Pokemon.
With the whole Pokemon lore thing that gets kind of convoluted is they don't know where Pokemon come from, but some Pokemon come from dead humans, I guess. So
Which is pretty crazy, to be honest.
they've made this so complicated that they could never, ever link stuff together. They made it so complicated on purpose, I think, so that we could never figure everything out.
You know what my headcanon is with the Pokedex entries, though, is they give these Pokedexes to 10-year-old kids, and these 10-year-old kids go off and they find these Pokemon, and they are the ones that are writing these entries. That's why some of them are so outlandish and crazy. You know, like some of the fire Pokemon being able to heat themselves up to hotter than the temperature of the freaking sun.
Yeah.
It's totally a kid writing these Pokedex entries, and I love that headcanon.
Well, speaking of like crazy Pokemon, my next one is Zoroark.
Zoroark! I like it. The dark wolf dog thing.
This is another one that's very useful both in the card game and in the video game itself. And
yeah, they did an event when the game came out, so you could get a Zorora.
And it's got this alternative form that is super, super cool looking. It's got a pretty good stat line. I think it's somewhere around 5'10" or something, and it's great. Like, it's another fast, high attack Pokemon. It's dark, so its weaknesses.
Dark type is always a fun type.
Very, very, very useful. And also, just the shit about this Pokemon. Like, when you throw it out, I don't remember if this was I haven't played the game in for fucking ever. But so like no, you toss it out,
its ability is illusion.
As the Pokemon that you're fighting.
Well, no, it's a little different than that. When it's sent out to battle, it takes the name and the appearance of the last non-fainted Pokemon within your party. So it takes whatever is the last one in your party of 6, it takes that appearance. And it gets broken when, it takes damage from a Pokemon, not weather effects. So it only gets broken if it gets damaged, which is so freaking unique.
Right. And so, like, it's really, it's a useful tool when fighting. If somebody, they don't know what to throw, they don't know what type you are. In the game, not the game, sorry. In the show itself and sort of the lore behind it, it will, so basically it'll if for people who try to catch it, it'll trap them in an illusion and make them wander around aimlessly to protect itself.
Well, I mean, it is the Illusion Fox Pokemon, so I mean that just makes sense. No, this is a really cool Pokemon. I really like it, and I believe it had a movie, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
But so like they're known as, kind of these, it's kind of like a trickster Pokemon, but honestly it's a super loyal Pokemon, and when it's on your side, it'll fucking stand up for you and go to bat. So it's got kind of that what do you call it? Words are loyalty. There it is.
Loyalty.
See? That's all it takes.
Yeah. So the movie came out in 2010. So what? Wait, we were talking about My Hero and wait a second. Black and White Pokemon. What year did it actually come out? Oh, it came out in 2011. So yeah, it predated My Hero by 4 years. The event that I was talking about was 2015 because of Black and White 2. All right. All right. I got confused.
You got it?
Yep.
Are we here?
Yep,
All
we're
right.
here. Sorry, I had to clear that up because I was like, wait a second, this movie came out 4 or 5 years before. Wait, what's going on? All right. Well, we are on to my 4th Pokemon in my party. And that Pokemon is Haxorus. I'm going
nice.
with the Dragon type. Honestly, this generation had some awesome dragon Pokemon, and Haxorus was definitely one of those. The design of Haxorus is pretty freaking sweet. It's called the Axe Jaw Pokemon, and it literally has these 2 freaking blades coming off of its face attached to its jaw, hence the name.
Yeah.
And it has an awesome color combination, and he's just really, really freaking cool. Now this
The
one
shiny version is really fucking cool looking too.
I really like the shiny version. Maybe a little guilty on the picking that as part of my reason as well, because it's just black and red. It gets rid of like that greenish yellow, and it's just black and red, and it is just sweet looking.
He was one of the first Pokemon that they designed for this series, and it actually predated the series. It was sort of a tossed aside concept from Platinum, and you can see a lot of the designs that Platinum theme.
So his base stats 540, not quite pseudo legendary level, but its attack is 147. He is going to hit you hard. He's got 97 speed, so he's going to hit you hard. He's going to hit you fast, and it's kind of obnoxious. And what I love about it too is, again, I always like going into those Pokedex entries, is despite how intimidating it looks, they're nice Pokemon. They are kind, but relentless when defending their territory. And their tusks, those tusks can cut steel. Like, it's so hard they can literally cut steel beams in half. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And I like it. I love it.
No, he's great. Great choice. He was definitely tough for me not to add on also, but my I guess I don't know if this one's this is another one that is flirting in that pseudo legendary. It's getting close. It. And that's Volcarona.
I think Volcarona is considered a legendary. I know you had to have an event to get this one originally as well. I don't know. I didn't finish the game. I think you just had to hatch the egg from it. It was an egg, so never mind. But anyway,
Pokemon, he's got a base stats of 550. He's
that's getting close
all about
to that.
The specials, special attack, special to defense, high speed, and it's a debug fire type. It's super cool. This Pokemon, and I think it mentions it in the what do you call it? The Pokédex entry.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's not replaced the sun, but like stood in as the sun when volcanoes have covered the sky.
Yeah, like darkness. When there was a volcanic eruption that was so intense that it covered the sun. Essentially an ice age level volcano eruption. And Volcarona comes in and is like, don't worry guys, I got you.
You got this. And it is so like it says there are ancient civilizations that worship this Pokemon as a god deity, not the god, but they have many gods. This is one of them.
Yeah.
And so it's a super cool Pokemon. It's got a cool attack list. I mean, obviously it's flying, fire, bug, super unique, and that's what I love about this generation is the ones that are super cool are also super unique.
Yeah, I really like this one as well, and I almost had Volcarona on my list, but I did kind of want to, make it diverse a little bit, and I already had Emboar as my fire type, so that's kind of why I didn't pick this, but yeah.
Right.
A Pokemon bug fire type, which is so unique of a typing. Was this like the first bug fire typing? I think it was.
I think it is, and it's only one of 3 that are known as Sun Pokemon, so it shares that with Sunflora and Espeon.
Which this one is probably this one fits the bill a little better, considering it's thought to be the embodiment of the sun. It's not just a sun Pokemon, which is pretty crazy.
Right, exactly. Like and it's one of 3 moth Pokemon that split types with Venomoth and Frostmoth. And I'm trying to think if there's anything. I don't think there's anything else.
No, I like its regular form better than its shiny.
I haven't seen its shiny form.
The wings and little like horn like things turn yellow, and its body turns purple. Yeah.
Okay.
Not as good. Not as good.
So what do you got?
So my 5th Pokemon in my party is an actual pseudo-legendary, but it's an evolved pseudo-legendary. So you have to evolve it to this point, and it's essentially this generation's Dragonite, Hydreigon.
Yeah, it's super good, man.
Dude, I love it. One, the design is pretty awesome. It looks like it has 3 heads, but the heads on its hands don't actually have brains. Like, they're not actually really heads. They're like head claw things that can eat and consume shit. And it is one of the craziest designs for a Pokemon. You know? And it is super brutal. Like, it literally says, this brutal Pokemon travels the skies on its 6 wings. Anything that moves seems like a foe to it, triggering an attack.
It's also a Pokemon that doesn't help you a whole lot at all in the game because it doesn't evolve. It is the highest level to evolve Pokemon to existence to date at level 64.
Yeah, it evolves really late, but with base stat of 600, by the time you get to that point, it's a pseudo-legendary. This thing's going to be a beast for the Elite Four and in-game content. And what I was saying, the heads on their arms don't have brains, and they use all 3 heads to consume and destroy everything. It devours everything in its path, and it is terrifying sounding. Just imagine like this just destroying your cities and villages and shit.
Well, from some of what I was reading about this Pokemon, because it is considered, it's one of 2 what's known as brutal Pokemon, and so there's this legend, lore, rumor around it that it's this super violent Pokemon, but in reality it's a really gentle loving Pokemon.
Look, the anime.
I love that I'm talking about this like it's a real existing thing.
Look, I don't trust anything that happens in the anime when it comes to the Pokedex, okay?
But so this is actually it's the only pseudo legendary Pokemon that has dragon is its secondary type rather than its primary. It's the only pseudo legendary that doesn't have dragon. A hidden ability, and it's the only one that doesn't have a single ability. So it's also got this really weird uniqueness, and it's like this tank, man. It just
I really like it. And honestly, I really like the Sword and Shield entries for it, especially the Shield entry, because, you know, we talk, it's considered the brutal Pokemon. The Shield Pokedex entry literally says the 3 heads take turns sinking their teeth into the opponent. Their attacks won't slow until their target goes down. They are literally going to just keep chomping at you until you die. And that's crazy. That's just crazy. That's crazy to me. I love it.
It's just a big softy, though. When you get it down,
when you catch it, it becomes a big softy. It's like in video games where you unlock the boss as a playable character, and the boss is weaker than your starting character.
It's like the Rancor. It's just a big softy. So my next Pokemon is
final
Chandeleur.
Pokemon. Oh.
This isn't my final. We're on 5.
Oh, I started. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I got
My
you.
next Pokemon is Chandeleur, and that's because
Chandeleur.
it is a ghost fire type. You know I love fire type. You know I love ghost types.
Again, this one was so close to my list, but I wanted to diversify a little bit, and there were some other Pokemon that
You wanted to
just
what?
inched it out. I wanted to
Diversify?
diversify my
Oh,
list.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is for me like okay, so it is actually on a poll, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was 2019. It was still voted one of the favorite Pokemon to use of all time. I think it made the top 20 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it made
People
it
love using
into the
this
Pokemon fighting game, and dude, that Pokken tournament, Chandelure was a beast.
Yeah, man, it's such a useful Pokemon. 520 base stats, and the kicker, the reason why you have it, 145 special attack.
Which is crazy.
Everything else,
that's a super high special attack.
I mean, it's so useful in the game. It's so it's basically it's a chandelier. If you didn't guess yet,
What?
yeah, that's what it
Chandelure
looks
is
like.
a chandelier?
Have you seen it shiny?
I don't. Oh yeah, I love the shiny. How it's orange fire instead of the purple fire.
Yeah, it's just fire.
It's just fire, and I love it.
Yeah. So some of the Pokédex entries, it absorbs a spirit, which it then burns by waving flames on its arms. It puts its foes into a hypnotic trance. Being consumed by Chandelure's flame burns up the spirit, leaving the body behind.
Like, yo, he just straight up steals your spirit and burns it in order to hypnotize the other people so he can do the same thing to them.
See, and 2, the spirits burned up in its ominous flame lose their way and wander this world forever. This is why I
love the ghost Pokemon.
They're honestly so dark, man.
One day we should just discuss like all the different ghost Pokemon Pokédex
just pick
entries.
Our favorite. We'll do a top 5 or top 10 Pokédex entries.
They're all going to be ghost. Every single one of them is going to be ghost. It's nuts. Man, so good. I like it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, what are you gonna say? Like, it's such a useful thing, man.
It really, really is. So we're on to my last Pokemon in my party, and I think the previous 4 times, I think I've avoided legendaries, but with this one, I had to pick one.
We make some efforts. The last couple of times, I've been avoiding starters.
I gotta keep my starters because they 100% are going to be in my party. The entire game.
Like, I don't see. For me, some of these games threw out so many legendaries and pseudo legendaries that.
Oh no! See, I'm still playing through the new Pokemon Shining Pearl, and I have 100%. And you can ask one of our listeners, Hellhound. He can vouch for me. I have literally, for every single trainer battle that has gone through the entire game, only used my starter. And I only use my starter in wild Pokemon encounters unless it's either a double battle for trainer battles, or if I'm trying to catch a Pokemon, I will use a weaker one to try to whittle it down instead of just hitting everything. But I've literally only used it. Dude, I just got the 5th gym badge, and I was like 20 levels over level. It's obnoxious. But my final choice is Zekrom.
There you
Dragon Electric. Yes, my previous 3 picks were all dragons: Haxorus, Hydreigon, and Zekrom. With Hydreigon being dark, man. Zekrom being electric. I love the design of this Pokemon. I love just how sweet the shiny looks. He's true legendary, 680 base stat. You get this guy, and he's just obnoxious.
Yeah. They had some great dragons in this one. That one was fantastic for sure.
I mean, base stat of 150 is obnoxious. And, let's go with some of the Pokedex entries because, I love my Pokedex entries. This legendary Pokemon can scorch the world with lightning. It assists those who want to build an ideal world. It can literally cover the entire world in lightning. That's crazy to me. Just absolutely crazy to me. And it has a giant generator in its tail that creates electricity. it's obnoxious.
Yeah, but it's obnoxious standing behind it, and you just hear that generator buzzing the whole time.
So my favorite entries are the Sword and Shield entries. Some of the Sword and Shield entries have been iffy. This one though, it literally, mythology tells us that if people lose the righteousness in their hearts, their kingdoms will be razed by Zekrom's lightning. He will straight up just destroy kingdoms if they are not righteous. And I love it. I've been saying that the entire time. All of these. I love these Pokemon.
So mine, I went with Victini. And I had to.
Oh, the number one Pokedex entry that isn't a starter for the generation.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was really cool, actually.
That's another unique thing. And it's got the 600 base stat.
The victory
the
Pokemon
stat line across is 100. Every one of them. And why do I pick this one?
It's essentially
Mew.
Mew.
Pokedex entry. It's Fire Psychic, my two favorite types right there.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you love it? So it's Pokedex.
I did have Victini in my party the entire game because I got the event thing, and as soon as I got it, it was in my party the entire time.
It's said to have like this unlimited energy, and the entry, it says this Pokemon brings victory. It is said that trainers with Victini always win, regardless of the type of encounter. Yeah. Why wouldn't you have that in your party?
It's literally the Greek god of victory. It's literally Nike.
Right.
And honestly, with the sprite that it uses, it almost looks like a nice Nike swoosh even, which is probably just coincidental, but I think that's pretty fun.
So you remember what was it? What was the Adam Sandler movie? Big Daddy?
Yeah, I think
the kid's playing a card game and he wins every hand, and they ask him what the name of the game is.
I
win.
The
game's called I Win. That's Victini. I win. It says so. So that's it's literally, well, I mean, not literally, because I Fire Psychic, my favorite typing, and they finally brought them together. But the number two reason, because I'm going to win. That's it. It's in it says it. I'm going to win.
Yep.
V for victory.
Its shiny is just a white version instead of yellow, so it doesn't change a whole lot with the shiny, and I appreciate that. Some shiny Pokemon get really weird. They look really weird.
This is true.
But yeah, so, it is literally... So I feel like every generation kind of had your Mew-like Pokemon. You had, of course, Mew in Gen 1, Celebi, Jirachi, Victini. So this is just this generation's version of Victini.
Yeah.
Or
it is Victini,
version of Mew. Sorry. I was looking at Victini and meant to say Mew. And
yeah, pretty much.
And each one of these Pokemon, they have that like base 100 stat across the board. And that's really fun. I like these Pokemon.
It's well-rounded.
But Mew is the only one that can literally learn like every single move.
Well, I couldn't pick Mew, so.
No, you couldn't. You're right. You are right.
That's it.
That's it. Those are our parties.
Catch them all. I appreciate the black and white games, and honestly, because it brought it into that 3D environment, they made a real effort to try and reinvent the game the best they could. They failed, but it was still a good game. The thing that the reason why I didn't beat the game was because it was really kind of hard to follow. at times. I didn't know where I was supposed to go, what I was supposed to do in some parts of the game, which normally I would be into because it means I got to pay attention. I got to go try and explore and do this stuff. But really at that time in my life, I was just super impatient and didn't have the time for it. Closed it and put it away. And it's still sitting on my shelf, unfinished.
Well, it's worth like $70 now. So if you want to get rid of it, now would be the time to do that.
What, really?
Yeah, dude, it's got a crazy going price for it right now.
I mean, looking back at him for what they were, it was great games.
I enjoyed them. I played both Black and White 1 and 2. I think I actually still have my copies over here.
And
wait, I moved around my office.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a bit. I enjoyed the games myself for what I played. What I played of them, I enjoyed.
Yep. See, I got them here. Not that you guys can see that.
Yeah, I see that.
Bright as hell. Holy shit! Why is that so damn bright? All right, can you turn that off? There we go.
The podcast listeners are getting a real kick out of this one.
Uh-huh.
Way to be inclusive.
Oh, super inclusive. Look, I got to be inclusive to our YouTube viewers, all 2 of them, you and Hellhound. I don't even watch our damn show.
There's 3.
That's because it's counting me, but I'm not watching. But yeah, there we have it. Well, as always, guys, if you have a party of 6 or even just a couple Pokemon from Gen 5 that you really enjoy and you want to let us know that our choices were 100% correct and yours are wrong, you can reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at 2dap2020. You can email us at 2dap2020@gmail.com. Of course, you can comment on our YouTube videos, give us a like, and subscribe while you're at it. And then...
Next time on Two Dads and a Podcast.
Next time on Two Dads and a Podcast, I'm hoping to talk this guy into finally making his top 5 list of anime feature films. This is films
and
made
next time,
for an anime
I'm going to keep putting it off.
So we'll see if we get there.
One day, I promise you we will. One day.
Tomorrow we have another interview for our interview series,
which I'm really excited about. It's the first one of the new year. And
yeah,
we took some time off and
again.
We're reaching out to a lot more people. If you want us to reach out to somebody specific, just give us a comment, give us a message or whatever on Instagram or Twitter. I am very active on Twitter. So just hit us up if you want us to try to reach out to somebody directly, and we'll see what we can do.
Stalk them, find their home address and their email address, and give us that information so we can contact them personally. Joking.
Let's just go with the email address, possibly. But we'll do it the right
way. Right. Fair enough. COVID, that's the only thing stopping us.
Yep.
So yeah. No, stick around. We're gonna bullshit for a few minutes.
As always,
guys.
Thanks for listening.
Love you. Love you all.
Look, Hellhound, I think we did reach out, or at least try to find contact information.
He gave us contact information that one time.
Oh, did he?
Get anything?
Oh, okay, that's what it was then.
Way back when.
So Hellhound,
somebody gave us.
We since you are here, and by the time anybody watches this, we'll have done the interview, so it can be public knowledge. We are interviewing Jameson Price tomorrow, and
also known as James Lyon in some of his credits.
Yeah, you got to have your pseudonyms. So he is known for his roles as Sojiro Sakura in Persona 5 and pretty much all Persona 5 related stuff. Man, what else? He's been in so much stuff. It starts to blend in together. Pokemon Masters, the mobile game, he's Wolfric. Fire Emblem Three Houses, he's Nemesis. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, he is Surtur. And that's just some of his newer stuff that he's done. The guy's been around since Akira. He voiced the Colonel.
The Colonel in there, wasn't he?
Yeah, which honestly, that to us had us geeking out pretty hard. Seraphimon and Digimon. One that you would appreciate, in Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. He's Curtis.
Pretty sure was he in S. Cry Ed also?
Yes. He was Martin Jigmar.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, he's Curtis in Disgaea.
And he was in The Patriot. Captain Borden.
Yeah. He did do some on-screen stuff too, which is pretty awesome. The Patriot's actually a pretty good movie. He's Sinju in Naruto.
One Punch Man. He's in One Punch Man. I hear that's good.
One Punch Man is pretty fun, actually.
I'm loving the memes.
Dude, One Punch
people making fun of.
Look, so the role that I was most excited about, he was the jelly jiggler in Boba.
That show always comes up with us.
It does. It does always seem to come up, doesn't it?
I miss that show.
He's also Sato or Chad in Bleach, which is a pretty
he was
big
Mr.
character.
Satan in the Bang Zoom DBZ.
Yeah. He's in one of my favorite RPGs, Eternal Sonata. He was Legato. Dude's been in so much stuff, and I love it.
Right. He's one of those guys that's in the studio, so they have him do a ton of voices.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you're already here. Could you voice this guy for me? Sure. What guy is it? I don't know. He's Dark Knight. And literally, he has a
one
role.
of those that does all these. He's Chad in Bleach.
Yeah, I said that.
Remember Chad? Oh, did you?
Yeah, I said that.
The tall dude with.
He's also in Tekken Tag Tournament too as Paul, the dude with the really tall blonde hair.
Now I never played Tekken Tag.
Oh, Tekken was so good.
Go tag, you're it.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly it. You got it, dude.
Awesome. That's why I'm not allowed to make video games or anything like that, because there would just be a bunch of that in the background.
A fantastic point and click adventure called Broken Age. He voiced 4 of the characters in that. So like he's just so multifaceted and has such a range that it's great.
I can't play point and click anymore.
Oh, he is in Disgaea 5 as well as Bloodus.
And I've tried again, but I just can't do it.
The new Bleach, I'm sure if Chad's in it, he's going to be in it. He's voiced Chad for everything. So, Fire Emblem Heroes, he voices 7 different characters and skins. He actually voices the very first 5-star or very first character I got in Fire Emblem Heroes, Virion, who was in Fire Emblem Awakening. He also voices Dreyfus in 7 Deadly Sins.
No, Eureka 7 and Samurai Champloo.
Yeah. So we are hyping him up. We're going to post this and tag him in it on social media just to hype him. No, not really.
Oh shit!
Probably
he was
really.
Lubu. Dynasty Warriors. He
Oh yeah. He was Lubu. Yep.
I love Lubu. Such a cool character. Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, he's been in so much stuff, man.
Voices.
So why we bring this up and why we're hyping him up so much and naming all these things is, I don't know if you're still a patron, but I know we missed a couple times where you were supposed to have a question. So what is a question you would want to ask him? Huh. Has he ever been killed by an Enderman? What Patreon did I have this signed in with? It's not letting me log in. Well, that's annoying.
I'm gonna have to watch S Cry it again.
I started watching through it not too long ago. I got like 5 or 6 episodes in, and then I got distracted as it goes. Okay, yeah. Patreon does not want me to log in with our Google. Since he's been in Disgaea games.
Since he's been in 2 Disgaea games, if he's ever played them or looked at the mobile game. You don't care if he's played the mobile game, just that he's looked at it.
So here's the thing. First, not just 2 Disgaea games. He narrated Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 2. He was also in Disgaea 4 as the Netherworld President Hugo, and Disgaea 5 and Disgaea. So he was in 4 of the 5.
Yeah, get your fucking facts straight, hellhound.
Jeez. So I'll ask him that, but I'll also follow up with if he plays games in general. But yeah, dude, honestly, I think him being Dreyfus in 7 Deadly Sins, one of the main antagonists of the first couple seasons, is pretty awesome. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, he's also in Bravely Second. He was Nikolai in Bravely Second. I love the Bravely games. Oh, he's not just a character in One Punch Man. He's Metal Knight. That's actually pretty cool.
I don't watch One Punch Man.
I don't watch it. I read the manga. Oh, in Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15, the movie that was actually pretty bad, he voiced Kingsglaive. Literally the name of the movie. That's pretty cool.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know some of his big ones is Sakura in Persona 5, Dreyfus, and his Senju and Naruto.
Oh, come on. Do the thing. Thank you. Ah, you bitch ass mother.
Yeah, Metal Knight's one of the S-class heroes in One Punch Man. Like one of the strongest. You want me to ask him, would One Punch Man beat One Kick Man? I don't think there is One Kick Man. So, nah.
Man, okay, I'll deal with that shit later. So, as you know, I am the idea man. Okay,
oh, he was in Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4. Are we done streaming, or are we discussing this on stream?
Oh, yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah, no.
So, well,
I need to figure out this shit all just froze up. You fucking bitch ass. I can't even pull the screen now. That side.
We have some things to discuss for a few minutes, but I will be back on here after a little while playing some more of Pokemon Shining Pearl. And using one Pokemon the entire game, because that's what I do.
Just like Ash Ketchum.
No, Ash uses a wide variety of Pokemon.
He does now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does okay. But it still always starts with Pikachu.
Well, yeah, he uses Pikachu more than he should, but he does use more Pokemon than Pikachu.
It's like, what's good against a Graveler? Pikachu.
Oh my goodness, he's got an Onyx Pikachu.
Pikachu. No, it'll be like fighting a Gyarados. Pikachu. No, don't use the
that one
electric
actually.
attacks.
Yeah, don't use
Use
electric
Iron
attacks against.
Tail.
That one makes
Double
sense,
team.
but then he just uses crappy shit. It's great. It's great. But all right, man. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll let you know how things go, and of course, let everybody know when the episode is going to air, which should be only a couple weeks out. So, all right. Bye.